You can't ever give up. Let me tell you the story of Quincy Wilson. Now, this may be a name that you heard of, and if you're familiar with the 2024 Paris Olympics, the Summer Olympics, then you may have heard the name Quincy Wilson. Quincy Wilson right now is a 16-year-old young man out of the Bullish School in Maryland. Now, why am I talking about Quincy Wilson? Because in April of this year, he was running in the Championship of America, the boys 4x400 meter relay. It was the final. I think it was for the 2024, the pin relays. His team started out the relay, and of course, each one of these guys runs 400 meters. But the problem was, in the first two exchanges on his team, they dropped the baton. The dudes fell. So by the time you get to the third leg, they're in dead last. But what happened was Quincy Wilson, the 16-year-old, is running the anchor, which is the last leg. So the guy who's in third, he does very decent. He, gets it to Quincy without falling himself or without dropping the baton. And Quincy did the impossible. He split a 44.69, which is the fastest split, is the fastest time. I do believe it was a record for the fastest time in the 400. And he was running so fast. If you see the video, it's on YouTube. If you see the video, it looks like he was shot out of a rocket. This little man, he's only about 5'9". He was moving, and he got his team into third place. They could have very easily just chalked it up as a loss. Look, you fail. You fail. Man, we tried. We'll be back next year. I mean, he's only 16, so he's got to be what? Sophomore, junior at most? He chalk it up and be like, we'll come back. But this was the year of the Olympics. That boy didn't have no quit in him. He got that dog in him. Like Dion says, he got that dog in him. Never give up. Hello, Governor. This is Rakai Steed, Noob from the Ville, jumping right into Season 4, The Stolen Earth, Doctor Who. We got David Tennant, we got Catherine Tate, we got the 10th Doctor, we got Donna Noble. We just came out of Turn Left, where we saw anything and everything that could have happened did because of one simple choice in your life. But this, Donna and the Doctor are in the TARDIS, they're parked on Earth. And that was because at the end of the last episode, they got the warning about Bad Wolf. And Donna starts telling the Doctor about seeing Rose. And he's like, that's not possible. She's in a whole nother parallel universe. But then he sees all the Bad Wolf stuff. He's like, oh, hell. Next thing you know, they hear a rumble, a commotion. Sounds like an earthquake. They look outside. They in space. Somebody has stolen the entire Earth. The Earth is gone. And everybody on Earth feels the effect. Like they know something happened. And when they look outside and look up, there are 26 other planets around. Like, you know how we can look up in the sky and just see the moon? They see 26 other planets. Everybody on Earth is freaking out. So in this wonderful episode, which I've heard people online call it the Hamlet Chronicles, we get not only Donna, who has worn on me as a fantastic companion, but we get some more Rose. We get Martha. Yay me. We get Captain Jack. And we get Sarah Jane. Like, we got a, we got a royal flush going here. We got companions galore. But this is a time of severe crisis. And The thing is, we find out that they said it's a space station at the center of all these 27 planets that have been stolen and placed in this area. And all of a sudden, 200 spaceships shoot out of this space station. And so everyone is like, let's get ready. Let's brace ourselves. Let's get ready for war. We don't know what's coming. And then they hear a transmission come over the air. And everyone, you can see Captain Jack. He freaks out. His two companions that are with him that are people in Torchwood. So if you're watching the Torchwood series, you know who they are. I think the woman's name is Eve, maybe. I can't remember. He kisses them on the forehead and is like, hey, it's been a good run, but we're screwed. You see Martha's face freak out. You see Sarah Jane's face freak out and tears drop. And they all hear the same thing at the same time. Exterminate. Exterminate. And we all know, Whovians, you know, how the hell are the Daleks showing up? Like, the Daleks show up time and time again. If you think you got them defeated, they wrong. Long story short, we have a, grand villain who appears to be someone from Classic Who, Davros. Apparently he's the creator of all the Daleks, and he was saved, it appears to me, from an action that Rose made in the second season when she touched a Dalek that was in that vault, that underground vault. And he became a hybrid, an abomination, because now he's got human DNA. So Davros is the founder, the creator of all of the Daleks, and he took his own skin, his own cells, and created a whole new army. An army, 200 ships full of new Daleks. Because he was supposed to have died in the Time War. The doctor says he saw him die, saw a ship crash into something, and he shouldn't have made it out. But whatever happened with that one that Rose touched, it changed everything. And he saved Davros, and Davros started making new Daleks. And he's hid in the cut for a couple seasons now, and he's come back bigger, stronger, better than ever. So it's leading us, that is the penultimate, is leading us into the finale. Problem is that when the doctor is talking to Donna and he's like, what did Rose say? Like, tell me exactly what she said. And Donna says, you know what? Ask her yourself. And he turns around and we get that lifetime, that hallmark moment where two lovers see each other and they start to run towards each other, And then a Dalek comes out of nowhere and he, exterminate, and he shoots. And I was like, is he going to shoot Rose? She not even going to make it? Because one of them, the little hybrid, the abomination Dalek, said that the doctor's most faithful companion is going to find permanent death. My money is on it's going to be Rose, even though it looks like it could be Sarah Jane. The Dalek shoots and shoots the doctor. What? Whether he grazed him, he hit him, he got him. So Captain Jack shows up, kills the Dalek. So Rose, Donna, Captain Jack, they drag, get the doctor back to the TARDIS. Because even though it's exterminating and kills everybody else, it disintegrates them, not the doctor. But now he is mortally wounded. And it appears, and it actually happens, that he starts to regenerate. And that is how the episode ends. The thing is, the Daleks showed up on Earth and they subjugated, everybody in the evening. Like, they just took a couple hours and rounded everybody up and like, listen, you don't want to comply, we'll burn your house down. We'll just disintegrate you on the spot. And I bet everybody else get in line, and they do. Why are we got UNIT, we got the Torchwood, why are we still shooting at people with bullets? I don't know. Maybe as a people, we not capable of having laser guns, which is probably true, but we still shooting at people with bullets, and that just seems silly to me. Anyway, keeping it short and sweet, the people of Torchwood, of Unit, the companions, Roses with Donna's parents, even Harriet Jones, who the doctor made sure she was fired after she fired, the thing he told the Sycorax they can go, and she blew them out the sky because she was the prime minister of Britain at the time, and she was over Torchwood, and she's like, yeah, you ain't always gonna show up. We need to be able to protect ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So I know you told them they could leave, but nah, they ain't getting away. They didn't came in here and they bum rushed our party. We ain't having that. And so the doctor found a way to get her taken out. Taken off the job, not taken out. But she showed back up and was like, this is what I was talking about. So I'm linking us all together and we gonna work. And the whole thing about not giving up. The Daleks find Harriet Jones. She's behind all this and getting everybody together to rebel and find the doctor and get him on the scene. And she says, you don't know anything about humans, and that's going to be your downfall. And she went out like a G. There was 3 or 4 of them in her house, and they exterminate, to take Harriet Jones out. But the thing is, she's right. The human spirit, that perseverance, that dog in us is something that it can't be recreated. It can't be duplicated. It can't be taught. It is something that's got to be in you. And not everyone has it. A lot of people have no problem going and hiding in a corner. And some people step up no matter what the occasion is. And it's a hard thing for a lot of people. And it's not even about hero complex or savior complex. It's about stepping up to do what is right in the moment when you're needed. So I'm just going to say these because these are some great quotes. I love my quotes. So there's some great quotes about not giving up. Harriet Beecher Stowe. Yes, great novelist, wrote some incredibly wonderful and boring books back in the day. She said, never give up, for that is just a place and time that the tide will turn. And when you watch movies, that is always the case, from the Two Towers, Gandalf and them, they just had to hold out till dawn. And then they looked at dawn, and up on the ridge, here they come. Here the Rohirrim come down the thing with, thousand horses, and they're all white and majestical, and they're riding down on the orcs and stuff. Like, never give up. You just have to stay in the pocket, in the mode as long as you can. Don't ever give up. Henry Ford, he's the founder of the Ford Corporation, and he is one of the most famous and richest idiots of all time. But he said, failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. And why do I call him an idiot? Because he called himself an idiot. But he had the good sense, the common sense, to surround him with people much smarter than himself. And it propelled him all the way to a billionaire. Confucius said that our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time that we fall. And we've heard variations of this, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and other sports figures and people, things like that. So, it doesn't matter how many times that you get knocked down. It just matters that you get back up. Or, I got knocked down 7 times, but I got up 8 times. We've heard these things before. What can I say to you now that you don't already know? This particular episode was great in seeing that, yes, we rely on the doctor for a lot to come and save our ass time and time again. But like when Captain Jack disappeared on his people to go save the doctor, he knew that the Daleks were coming after him because Harry Jones had transferred control of the subwave, the communications between them, to the Torchwood. The Daleks were locked in on the signal. They were coming. Captain Jack's companions knew. They was like, no, go do what you got to do. Save the doctor. We'll hold it down. They took out some M16s and like, we got bullets. We gonna give this the good old try. Like, you can do what you can do when you can do it. And a lot of times What else can you ask of people? Do what you can do when you can. That's it. Step up. Step off. Be who you need to become when the situation arises. It is easy. You've heard me in my other deep dives, and I talk about depression I've dealt with, and just trauma has affected my life, and I'm not where I want to be. But I truly believe that every day I get up and I can be 1% better than I was yesterday. The key is to not give up. And I'm lucky enough that I have a strong enough spiritual system that works for me. I have the support of my children and other people close to me. I do what I can. And I get the privilege to come run my mouth and make videos like this, and some of you watch my videos and respond, and I am highly appreciative of that every single day. This is Rakai Steed, Nuke from the Ville. Make sure you go into the description and check the link on the reaction video between Centel and myself. Like this, comment, share it. And by all means, if you haven't done so already, hit the subscription. You gotta use this. But when you don't give up, you're using this. You can't teach heart.